hello. Okay, I hope this is coming out. I just did this recording, and guess what? I accidentally hit the mute button. So there's no sound. So, needless to say, I'm a little frustrated right now, but we're going to go ahead and do this again because this is a very, very important message. Okay, so starting over. Starting over. Is your ADHD child, teen slash older teen, ready for the transition, whether that be to college, the workforce, getting a new roommate, moving out of state, out of town, what have you? Are they ready as an ADHD teen? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. We think they are, but they're not. They're overly stressed, anxious. There's a lot that they have to deal with at this stage. If they're going to be going to college, they're dealing with all the courses and the course load. Yes, they had that in high school, but it's totally different in college because in college, you get everything up front, usually in writing. The teacher does not go over the syllabus. It's up to them to read it, keep up with their assignments. There's no reminder. Don't forget, such and such is due next class, or don't forget, we're having a quiz or a test next class. There's none of that in college. It's all on their own. They have to read that syllabus, understand it, and make sure everything is submitted on time. There is no late or second chances most of the time. It's just not that it is just the way it is. They cannot be late. I know ADHD people are notorious for being late, but you cannot be late to the college class because guess why? The teacher will not let you in. You'll be sitting out in the hallway getting a big fat F, but they're not going to give you your money back. You still had to pay for that class, whether you attended or not. That's just some stuff that your teen is going to have to deal with. It is what it is. They just are going to have to deal with that. And so, just pointing out some things that they are going to have to be ready for. So we as the parents have to prepare them. They have to learn self advocacy if they're not doing that already, speaking up and speaking out for themselves, telling the disabilities office, because that's where they need to go. Okay, not there is no special education office, and they don't go to the guidance office. They go to the disabilities office to speak to them about what accommodations they need. They should take their 504 plan or IEP if they have it, and any school records that confirms that they do have ADHD or Asperger's, autism, or whatever their issues are. They need proof. Everything they've got, your teen needs to take it. Notice I said the teen, not you. Mom and daddy, you can't go. Why? Because the college doesn't want to talk to you. You're not going to be the one sitting in the classroom. They don't want to talk to you. Don't want to see you. All they want to know is, are you going to pay? That's the only time they talk to you. They're not even going to tell you what the payment is for or what classes they took or none of that. Just boom, this is the bill. That's how much you need to pay. That's the only communication that the college will be having with you. Okay? The rest is on your team. They're balancing multiple courses, job, home, family, friends, financial aid, social life. That's a lot for any teen, but it's 3 times worse for an ADHD teen. Okay? So your job is not done. It's just not. It's at a different level, but it's not done. Mhm. Stress and anxiety can severely impact the ADHD brain, especially their executive function skills. Because again, the brain will protect itself when it is stressed, anxious, angry, afraid, traumatized. It protects itself the same way that the body does fight, flight, or fear. It is what it is. Shaming and blaming is not going to help. We should be past that by now. But in case we're not, stop it. It is not helping your child. Being in denial, stop it. That is not helping your child. We're talking about your kid here, not you. It's not about you. So, self advocacy is the most important thing that they need to learn without emotion. No emotion, oh, just facts. Kind of like being in a courtroom. Excuse me. Kind of like being in a courtroom. They just want the facts. Okay? Make sure they're ready for that. None of that extra and around about explanations and all of that. Only if the explanation answers a specific question. Other than that, leave it out. College doesn't want to hear that. Okay? All right. The executive function skills that will be expected in college are going to be self regulation, time management, organization, attention to details, planning and prioritizing, time management, and cognitive flexibility. Okay. The ADHD brain will probably need help with many of those. So your teen needs to ask for whatever accommodations work best for them. Your teen has been the one sitting in high school all these years. They pretty much know what works and what doesn't work. So it's their turn to speak up and say, well, yeah, I know I had this in high school, but what really works best for me is to do it this way. They can ask. They may not get it, but they can ask. And they're going to have to do that every semester. They may even have to do that with each individual instructor. I would say once they do get accommodations, if they get any accommodations, to email it to each individual instructor that they have for that semester and then follow up face to face. Because, like I said, just because the disability office grants it doesn't mean the instructor has to do it. They can say no. Remember, it's college. They're not bound by the same rules and regulations that schools are. And so, some accommodations that they can ask for at the college level. For one, your teen should have a routine already. If not, they need to create one. Whereas they're doing the same thing at the same time each day so that they get used to it. And that will help them to remember. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Remember, practice, 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 repetition, repetition, repetition. It's the same thing with their schoolwork. They're doing the same thing, the same time, the same way. That will help them to remember and to establish a routine so that they don't forget any steps. Because remember, we get stuck in the steps, right? Have 'em put the course on a calendar, like one of those planners that has the time slots. Like if they have a 9 a.m. course, put the name of that course in the 9 a.m. slot, what the name of the course is, and what the uh, assignment is that's due and when it's due. Each course should be a different color so that it doesn't all look monotonous. It doesn't all run together on the page. And yes, that is a thing for the ADHD brain. You put it all in blue ink, there's no nothing stands out. It just all looks like just a whole bunch of writing. Okay, so get some color pencils or even different color ink pens and put each course in a different color so that they know. And if possible, get corresponding folders to match that. So if you have a red folder for English, write the write the English assignments in red. If you have, health and fitness for a blue folder, then write the health and fitness stuff on the calendar in blue. Something like that to make a correlation to something to help them to remember, to retain it. Remember, we need things to help us to to click to get it. We need extra. So that's a way they can get that extra. Okay. They can ask for extended time on assignments. Again, this is going to be up to the individual instructor. Some may say no, some may say yes. They want extended times on their assignments if they need it, but they can't wait until the night is due and say, hey, send an email to the instructor, hey, I need extra time, because they're going to say flat out no. And they're in that course, and that assignment is, let's say they have a class on Tuesday, and that assignment is due on Thursday. Tuesday, they need to be sending an email to say, can I have an extra class day to do this and turn it in next Tuesday? The earlier, the better. Don't let them wait to the last minute. It's going to be no, no, no every time. And speaking of a last minute, do not be late for class. Don't be late for class. I don't know if I said that already, but don't be late for class because you won't get in. Time management. That's all time management. Because a lot of the times the ADHD brain, we don't get how long sometime it takes to do a task. We may think it takes only 10 minutes when in actuality it'll take 20 minutes. That's how we end up late a lot of the times. We think it only takes us 30 minutes to get somewhere when it really takes 45 to 50 minutes because we didn't anticipate possible traffic. We didn't anticipate possible construction on the road. We didn't anticipate that we might get behind a bus. We didn't anticipate that there might be a 5 mile long train coming down the tracks that we got to sit and wait for. It is what it is. Okay. Chunking assignments. Again, that goes with the creating the routine. But then that's with anything. Chunk it. Don't leave it all so it's all one big mass that has to be done all due tomorrow. Soon as they get it, they should start working on a little bit, take a break, come back, work on it some more, take a break, come back. When I say take a break, I mean step away, completely step away from the computer, laptop, what have you, and take a break, a mental and physical break. Get up, go outside, move around, maybe shoot the ball around in the backyard, throw the football around, jump rope, ride your bike around the block, something to get that brain, get it revamped, get it get it going again. They need that. They need that reset. Okay. Um, they may want to sit in the front of the class, either near the instructor or like front and at the center. That way, it eliminates all of the distraction of the other children, other older teens in the room. It will help to minimize that greatly. If it's a big class, they may even want to ask if it's okay for them to use noise canceling headphones. And yes, that is a thing. It is a thing. They're these thick padded headphones, and it helps to just block out the noise when they really need to focus, especially like reading or taking tests, something like that. They can also ask if it's okay to use their regular headphones and listen to some music from their cell phone or their iPods. Now, again, they need to make sure that they're being responsible and only listening to music when it's appropriate, when they're doing an assignment and not just listening to it all the time, because then the instructor's going to take it away and you just don't get it back. It is what it is. You can't abuse the privileges. You just can't. No taking advantage. Okay. Uh, one of the two biggest things is one, they can ask for a study partner and a note taker. Those are two different roles. It's possible to have one person doing both, but they can ask for both a study partner and a note taker. Because with us in the ADHD brain, it's very hard to take notes and hear what they're saying and block out all the distractions going on around us and stay focused and block out all of the thoughts that's going on in our heads. It takes a lot to really focus our brains. So to have someone taking notes, that's one big chunk that we don't have to deal with. It is very, very helpful to have that. So I would highly, highly recommend that your teen ask for that. Okay. And assistive technology is the other big thing. Again, that's things like audiobooks, voice to text. Um, they can ask for magnifying rulers, like if they have trouble reading small print. I know my son had trouble with that. Either the instructor needs to increase the font, which a lot of times they won't if it's written material. They can get a magnifying ruler. So it looks like a regular, it's a clear ruler, but it magnifies the words and the lines as they read. It's really cool. Or if it's on the computer screen, a laptop, that can be done through the keys. There's a way to do that. Yeah, control plus and control minus will increase the font or decrease the font. It's a tip there. Okay. All right. And so the last thing is let them play their video games, but monitor that. If that's their break that they want to, if that's what they want to do during their break, let them do that because it's a way for them to decompress. That is their way of escaping. That's their downtime. That's the time that they can just be themselves. They don't have to be tested by anybody. They don't have to be showing up for anybody. They don't have to be given the right answers or worrying about if they said the right thing, did the right thing. They're just having fun. And some of the games are actually teaching them things. One of the biggest games that I know of that is very, very helpful in strengthening executive function skills is Minecraft. Because Minecraft teaches planning and organizing and strategizing and prioritizing. They are learning all those skills in Minecraft. Yes, it's true. But again, it does have to be monitored. Maybe 20 minutes on the game and 5 minutes off. And then another 20 minutes on. They can't sit and play for hours. No, 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 no. But anyway, those are my tips for today. So again, self advocacy is most important. Ask for accommodations through the disabilities office at the college. Create a routine with a calendar that has the time slots. Ask for extended time on assignments and um, testing if they need it ahead of time. Chunk any assignments that they may have, just like they did in the science fair projects. This part of the project is due at this time, then the next part of the project is due this time. It's very specific outline. Okay, take plenty of breaks, step away from the screens, go outside, get some fresh air, do some kind of exercise outside. Okay, sit up front near the front and center of the class to eliminate all the distraction that is in the class itself. Okay, ask for a study partner and note taker. And finally, ask for any kind of assistive technology. Can you use it? They're not going to supply any of this stuff. You're asking if you can use these accommodations or have them. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful to someone, parents, students, whoever's watching, listening. I really hope that this has been very helpful. If you have any questions, concerns, put your comments in the comment section below, or you can DM me here on Facebook. You can send me a message on LinkedIn, wherever. Okay. Feel free to reach out. And last but not least, I hope you will join me in my first virtual workshop with some of the ADHD bigwigs like Mr. Ed Hollowell and Laura Dawn and Seth Perler, just to name a few. So please register for that. It's coming up this Saturday. It starts at 9 a.m. Yes, I am the only ebony face you will see. So definitely please tune in and support. Okay. Register, pass it on, put the link on my Facebook page and LinkedIn and put it everywhere. Put it Facebook, LinkedIn, um, Instagram, and Twitter. But you have to register. So please register. Have anybody else you know register. Let your teens register. Even your kids can register. It's helpful. It's for parents of children with ADHD. So it's appropriate for all ages. So please, please register and tune in. So hope to see you all next week. This is it. ADHD's tuning out. ADHD cutie is tuning out. This is the replay. Since my mute button was on, that's why I'm doing it over again. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Thank you.